Sometimes the most painful thing God does is remove someone from your life. A friend disappears. A relationship falls apart. Someone you trusted walks away, and you sit there wondering, what did I do wrong? You replay conversations. You search for mistakes. You question yourself. But what if the loss you're grieving is actually protection? Because sometimes God doesn't remove people to hurt you. He removes them to save you. And most believers don't recognize this until much later. Here's what's really happening. Humans are wired for connection. We build emotional attachments quickly, shared experiences, shared struggles, shared memories. And once someone becomes part of your life, your mind assumes they will stay. So when they leave, it feels like rejection. Your thoughts spiral. Was I not good enough? Did I mess it up? Why would God allow this? But often the real problem isn't rejection, it's attachment. You became emotionally dependent on someone who was never meant to stay permanently. And when that connection breaks, it exposes something deeper. How much of your identity was tied to them? How much of your peace depended on them? How much of your direction was shaped by them? Loss reveals where your foundation really is. Scripture shows this pattern repeatedly. Before God moves someone forward, He often removes certain people around them. Think about Abraham. God called him to leave his country, his home, and familiar relationships. Why? Because new direction requires new environments. Sometimes the people around you are tied to the version of you that God is trying to grow past. They remind you of your old mindset, your old habits, your old identity. If they stay, growth becomes harder, not always because they are bad people, but because they belong to a different season of your life. And seasons change. The flesh hates separation. It wants comfort, familiar conversations, familiar people, familiar routines, even if those environments keep you small. So when God removes someone, your instinct is to hold on. You try to fix what God is ending. You chase closure. You reopen doors that were clearly closing. But forcing people to stay in your life can delay your growth, because some relationships are assignments, not lifetimes. They were meant to shape you, teach you, or reveal something, but not follow you forever. If you refuse to release the past, you cannot step fully into the future. God removes people for different reasons. Sometimes it is protection. He sees things you don't, motives you can't see, paths that would harm you later. Other times it is redirection. Your purpose is shifting, and the people who fit your old path may not fit your new one. And sometimes it is refinement. Certain relationships reveal your weaknesses, your insecurity, your need for approval, your fear of being alone. When they leave, you are forced to build strength, to become stable internally, to find identity in God instead of people. Loss can become transformation if you allow it. First, stop chasing what God removed. Closure is not always necessary. Sometimes silence is the answer. Second, reflect on the lesson. Every relationship teaches something about boundaries, about character, about yourself. Third, guard your heart from bitterness. Bitterness keeps you tied to the past. Forgiveness releases you. Fourth, trust God's perspective. You see the moment. God sees the future. What feels like loss today may be protection tomorrow. Not everyone in your life is meant to stay forever. Some walk with you for a chapter, some walk with you for a season, and a few walk with you for a lifetime. But when God removes someone, He is not leaving you empty. He is creating space. Space for growth, space for new direction, space for the people who actually belong in your future. So don't panic when a door closes. Don't beg for what God is removing. Trust the process, because the people meant for your calling will not require you to shrink to keep them. And the relationships God ordains will strengthen the person you are becoming. Let go of what left. and walk forward. God is still guiding your story.